What's going on, guys? What's going on? I've had a lot of people sending me this since late last night about your girl, my girl, Masika. I had just did a live stream in reference to her and her new situation. Well, apparently that situation is over because after a 3-week engagement, they're done. And they unfollowed each other. He's sending subliminal, I guess, shots at her through, of course, IG. And once again, I've been proven to be right. There are just women out there, they just aren't capable of having relationships. They aren't capable of that. They're not capable of being somebody's wife. Has Masika ever been anybody's wife? I don't think so. She's not comfortable in that spot. She's more comfortable being the other woman. She's more comfortable being in a situationship. And this is no diss to Masika, but that's just who she is. She knows that's true. Why do you think she's putting this out? She just had an engagement party. Exclusively for the Shade Room. And then what happens? It all falls apart. Let's look at this article from Hot New Hip Hop. This past holiday season was especially exciting for Masika. After the model and entrepreneur announced her engagement, initially Masika played coy about revealing the identity of her new fiance, but soon she shared that her beau was a man named Jamar Champ. The two slowly began sharing bits of their love with the world, and it didn't take long for an engagement party video to make its way online. Of course, it's all about the pomp and circumstance. They do it for the likes, they do it for the comments, they do it for the congratulations. But is anything happening in that relationship? I have said this, and I've said this, about Masika. Listen, this is no slight at her because this is just her nature. That's who she is, right? She's not built for a relationship. She's not. She's the type of chick that likes her quote unquote freedom. She's one of these modern women who want to make up the rules as they go. So when you see them get engaged, especially to a guy that she was friends with for 10 years, yeah, that ain't gonna work. That's not gonna work. That usually is a sign of, I told y'all, this is usually cuffing season. People are usually getting into relationships they normally wouldn't get into due to loneliness, due to nobody being with them, due to them so-called wanting to not be celibate anymore. Y'all know how you got women that will go and try to be quote unquote celibate, according to them, right? Well, in this situation, I truly believe she really did not want this guy like that. It was just something that just came together. He was there for her. He was her shoulder to cry on. He was the most consistent thing in her life, because men have always come and gone, right? It's become normal to her to have guys in and out of her life. But he was there for 10 years. Probably was there again as a shoulder to cry on, somebody that she can fall back on. And even after a couple of weeks of the engagement, now we don't know how long they were actually together. I think they probably started really seeing each other probably sometime, I would say, post-summer, right before wintertime. And things built up and things got serious. But again, Masika is not the type to be in no relationship like that. She's more, if any relationship that works for Masika is going to have to be a very, very low profile. The fact that she was putting this out here lets you know that she was doing it because she wanted to prove something to the people around her, that she could get a man, a guy who she had in the freezer for the friend zone. That's what I call the friend zone, the freezer, for about 10 years. Because when you're in the friend zone that long, yeah, you frozen. Sorry. As you can see, this is the post here from the Shade Room. And this was all the BS, like seriously. And I want to say this too about Jamar, because I think that Jamar might have had some second thoughts. You're a guy in Jamar, right? You could be with other women, but you decide to be with Masika. Why? You're in a situation with somebody that had you in the friend zone for 10 years. She didn't think you were good enough. You weren't her type then. She wanted to get ran through by these rappers. So I can see why he may be feeling some type of way. And we're going to get into that and into what he's saying. Let's see. Following the engagement announcement, Masika revealed the history that she and Champ share. Met my fiance 10 years ago. Curved him for 97% of those years, which lets you know that he was actually trying. This dude was actually trying to get with Masika, but Masika didn't want him. Sad. She tweeted, been dating for about 4 months. I had it right. Dating for about 4 months. He asked me to marry him 4 days ago. Last night I asked him, what made you so sure after only 4 months of dating? He said, I knew 10 years ago on the day I met you that I was going to marry you. Come on. What is wrong with you dudes, man? She's probably never heard that in her life, man. However, things have gone sour just weeks later. And on Friday, January 22nd, Masika announced that she and Champ had separated. She wrote a lengthy post on Instagram after she and her ex-fiance sent subliminal story shots to one another throughout the day. After much thought and careful consideration, along with some unfortunate findings, I have made a difficult decision to call off my engagement, she wrote. She sabotaged that. Let me tell y'all something, man. Whenever a woman tells you that, you know, she's found out some things that she can't go through with the relationship, usually she already knew those things going in, and she was already setting herself up to sabotage a relationship. That's what happens. Again, when you're dealing with modern day women who care more about attention than actually having a functional relationship, that's what they care about. They care about getting the attention of rappers. They care about getting the attention of pro athletes. They don't really care about having a sustainable relationship. And that's why they end up in their 30s or 40s, miserable, drinking, snorting stuff, popping pills, because their life sucks more and more as the years go on, because they only get older. And that's when they start getting more and more surgeries. That's when they start getting the Botox, because now they're trying to compete with the young 20-year-olds. All right. She stated that she did her best to respectfully disengage quietly to avoid the public embarrassment and scrutiny that I am accustomed to on a daily basis. Masika accused Champ of using her celebrity status to further his own agenda, and added that after a 10-year friendship, she thought she truly knew him. Oh my God. What is going on here, family? What's going on here? Masika, come on, man. What celebrity status do you have for him to want to use you? He already has over 100,000 followers. Maybe he gained some more after it was announced that y'all started dating. But how much of your celebrity status could he really gain? Like, seriously. And honestly, you don't really know a person until, especially for a relationship, until you are around them, as far as intimately living together, right? But she knew about this guy. She's looking for an excuse to get out of this relationship. That's all that is. She's looking for an excuse to get out of that relationship. Because, that's the reason y'all not breaking up, because, you both were toxic towards each other. Was he out here dealing with us? We're going to get into it, but I just want y'all to say that it's because, he's trying to use your fame. I mean, come on, seriously. We genuinely love and care for each other. Unfortunately, when you are a public figure, love does not cover a multitude of sins, said the reality star. After doing my due diligence, I uncovered a Pandora's box of findings that left me questioning everything I thought I knew about this person. I confided in him. I thought he was my best friend, partner, and confidant. but instead he was trying to come up at my expense and extort me. Please respect my privacy. This, can y'all believe this? Like, seriously, what a way to trash a man's name and reputation on the way out. All you had to say, Masika, was that you didn't want to be with him anymore, and it just wasn't the right timing to put out this long statement for attention, because everything that Masika does is for attention. And this is somebody who genuinely likes her witty personality. But I think that it just shows that she loves attention just as much as anything else. You're putting out these long statements for what reason? So you can go into the comment section, look at all the other single women, blue check marks that are there, patting you on the back, and everything's gonna be okay. Masika's gonna be right back to getting into verbal altercations with women on social media, being caught up dealing with this married dude or this dude in a relationship. What is the purpose of this? Now, he put up some stuff on IG stories. He says, if you have nothing to bring to my table, please don't take from it. If I spent over $100,000 on you and you can't contribute a third of that, please shut up. We have no relationship. Sorry, but mama didn't raise no fool. So he basically saying he was putting money into it. This dude said he was putting money into this situation because Masika is not the most, financially on, I'm not saying she's like on this great, financially doing great like that. I mean, I've heard some things, but she's trying to make it seem like, he's trying to come up off her. He's saying he spent over $100,000. Let's see. When the little girl is healed, the woman will show up. It's many little girls out here. All right. I'm sorry, but I don't have not one day to be in my feelings with the goals I set for myself. ATL, Miami, or Jamaica tomorrow. He might be better off in the long run. Some situations you just can't fix, man. And I think the best thing for him to do was to move on, because it seems to me that she wants to be in these streets. She don't want to leave the streets, and everything is about putting on a show. Everything is about putting on a show. This dude was willing to be a stepdaddy to your child. I'm not saying he's 100% good in this situation, but any man who's willing to step into a situation with a woman who he knows has been out here doing whatever, I'm pretty sure she's told him some things, and you're still willing to go through this. She says that he's using her, but once again, you didn't have to make this public. Now, if this was his decision to go public and do all this, then we could say those things. But again, maybe you didn't know him as much as you thought he did. Maybe you thought that you were going to pull this dude out the friend zone that you've had in the friend zone for 10 years, and you were going to be able to control the situation, control the narrative. I bet you what made this relationship go wrong was the fact that he wasn't going to let her do it and say whatever it is that she wanted to do. And because of that, she pulled the plug on this relationship extremely quickly.